Hello and welcome back to Team Fortress TV. True to our word, we're back here at half past. But apparently the teams have already been champing at the bit to go live. I am Admirable. Sideshow is with me. We've got Ducky on the camera. And if you hadn't realised yet, we're here for the gather.fi Suomenmestaruuscuppi Grand Final. That's the Finnish Challenge Championship Cup or something. Winky, smiley face. It's super serious. It's Newbs versus Cumback eSprouts by Yuppie Gamer, Professional Gaming Salvations. Are you hyped, Sideshow?
I'm incredibly hyped. I really want to see these guys play. I haven't seen most of them for a long time, apart from in the semi-finals just now. And I am hyped for what should be an incredible match with some raw DM talent shining through.
I'm gonna put you under the intense pressure that is the roster rundown, Sideshow. Can you give me a roster rundown?
Oh lord!
Or Cumback eSprouts.
Cumback eSprouts by youpagamer.eu, Professional Gaming Salvations. What an incredibly professional name. So, to start it off, we have Evil Moon on the medic. This guy's played in multiple teams, most notably probably that would be Nitros, which is TLR, and they went to I-46 with them and he played medic for them. On the demo man, they have Sukper, which has far too many Q's and P's in his name. He's the demo man. A well-known Finnish demo man, played in multiple teams, of which I can remember the names of none of them. But he's a very good demo, and I'm sure he'll be able to put out a lot of damage on these mid-fights. On Soldier, they have Salmon, a well-known, incredible powerhouse. He's a really, really good soldier, and he will be carrying this team, I imagine, along with the scouts. I really enjoy watching Salmon play. He's got some incredible jumps and some really good DM. The other soldier for this team is going to be Kahunen even. And I believe he's going to... Well, actually, I have no idea who's going to be on Pocket and who's going to be on Roma. But that's another well-known Finnish soldier for you. And on the scouts, just to finish off this roster, we have Rake and Delzik. Well-known Finnish scouts. Rake playing most recently for TLR in their season, I believe. Am I wrong there? Yeah, TLR. And securing them the second place finish. He really played incredibly well for them. And then Delzik, another really good raw DM talent coming from Finland.
Yeah, he played most recently for Phoenix, right? He was there playing as the Stig. Yeah. But I'll rattle through the Newbs roster real quick because I believe the teams are going to go live soon. On Medic, you're going to have the Jackal. On Demo Man, it will be Mafu, legendary Boozehound. Himsy and Cookie taking up the scatter guns to Rape Faces, and Hawks will be playing Pocket. Seppo, the wild card here, was supposed to be Punpoo in on Roamer, but Seppo has stepped in and he's been seeing his team through to the grand finals so far. What can the handsome big dick bastard produce now? I wait with moist anticipation here, Sideshow.
Moist anticipation. Goodness me.
Paint a picture with words, didn't I? No,
I really did. Too vivid a picture for some.
They have gone live. This is before the watershed as well. Oh, someone think of the children, but here we are going to the first middle here on Gullywatch. I don't know if the maps are fixed or not. But,
they are, yes. I'll bring them up for you after you run us through this first mid, Admirable.
I'm checking out Mafi rolling out the choke. A pre-fire sticky there from Supker was too early, in fact. Mafi's slightly...
Time has been added. Alert! The control point is being contested.
It seems like Ducky's back, so I'm just going to assume that everything is A-okay. We just saw Cumback eSprouts by youpagamer.eu, Professional Gaming Salvations, take control of CP4, haven't already. Cat mid, they're going to Uber through here, but Mafu drops Delzik with a nice sticky trap there, so it's all on Rake to try and make magic happen. Zupker's going to come in and join the fight as well. But they're really committing to this. They're not just going in looking for a few frags and getting out. They're just all the way in there. Evilman's going to get out on 24, but immediately flanked by MZ, and he's going to be shut down just as Delzik spawns again.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to recap this point, the Newbs, and they're going to have a little bit of an Uber advantage, maybe something like 20% once Evil Moon starts spawning and building, but they're not going to have the heals on middle, and we see Rake picking up the sniper class. He's going to be shooting from big door, and he's got his scope looking at choke at the moment, but it looks like Super's been forced out a little bit, and they're not going to be able to really get the span that they need to be able to lock off this choke point. The Noobs are just swarming in here. Calhoun goes down and he swaps for Himsy, but it looks like they've got too much position on this point for the Cumback eSports team to be able to deny them.
Cookie's distracting Salmon himself there, but he gets finished off as Seppo bombs in, but now Cookie's going to begin to cap the point pretty much single-handedly. He's being pressured here by Supker, charge being called out by the Jackal, and that will encourage the blue team to make their way back to the safety of the big door. But look at Rake here on the scope, still watching that choke angle, just hoping that the Jackal wants to push into him. But as time goes by here, Evil Moon will get his Uber up again, even though he's super weak at the minute. He is going to have charge. It will be Uber versus Uber here, Sideshow. But look, the Jackal's in deep. It's going to be a trade here, but Hawks is getting the bear of a drop salmon. Actually, Uber only getting popped right now for Evil Moon, but is there anyone around to follow up in this few seconds of milked Uber?
I don't think there is, and I'm really confused by that Noobs play. They had the entrance into the midpoint and they had the huge Uber advantage. They just didn't feel like pushing with it. They didn't secure the exit. And now Seppo's going really aggressive on the choke and he's taken far too much damage. It's allowed them to completely get in. But Cookie, being Cookie, just hits 3 incredible meat shots, takes down Delzik, but unfortunately gets taken down in the process as well. And Seppo and Cookie are down, and this has opened up the second point for Cumback eSports. I'm going to call them CB because that's what their tag is. Cumback eSports is a ridiculous name.
Their name is Cumback eSprouts by eSprouts.gamer.eu, professional gaming salvations. Please respect the power of the team name, but there's a fight going on here on last salmon that has bombed in and died, trying to lead the way for his team. Uber does come in, and Hawks is the only man left alive. This is the makings of an upset here as the Cumback eSprouts take the first round here on Gullywash.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what they can do here. The Noobs haven't really been challenged at all. Actually, neither have CB throughout this entirety of the tournament. And these are the two. This is the Clash of the Titans game that we're casting right now, as we see the second mid go off. Both teams coming from the big door, and the scouts for CB are playing really aggressively. Salmon gets a nice jump up there and picks off Cookie. Surely that's going to give them the advantage, as the huge fragging power of Cookie isn't available on this mid. Calhoun gets another pick onto Hawks, and it's just a combo alive of, or just a combo in mid of the Jackal and Mafu, and they get picked off. Only Seppo trying to... Unfortunately, nothing is happening there for Himsy and Seppo, and they can't clean up any frags. And it remains for Cookie, the respawner, to pick up the sniper rifle and see if he can drop Evil Moon here and equalise the Ubers for last.
Yeah, that middle was strange. Mafu decided to roll out to the big door because he was pretty ineffective on choke last time, but then he was pretty ineffective at big door. He just stayed on the ground and eventually committed his medic after they were already 2 or 3 down. But here comes Uber. It's Cumback eSprouts coming in from top right, bringing in 2 scouts through that roller door. And they've managed to turn around and find Hawks. Himsy's going to die next to Rake's pistol as Karhunen comes in with the frag onto Seppo. The bodies are falling thick and fast here on the Newbs side. Mafi's going to respawn though, but he won't be able to make it onto the point, or he didn't respawn. He was coming out there super weak, but if he'd been just slightly faster, he may have had an opportunity for heroics. But that's going to be another quick round on the board here for Cumback eSprouts. Oh dear.
Yeah, they're really running away with this match at the moment. It's only been 6 minutes played and they're 2-0 up. I'm going to watch Mafu to mid and see what he's up to, as he seemed to throw that a little bit last mid. He's coming up the right hand side here, launching stickies at the enemy over the top of this nipple. He seems to be getting some decent damage down, but he sees the aggression go over now from Seppo, and surely he's got to follow this up. But unfortunately, Cookie, Seppo and Himsy have already gone down without him managing to really pick up any frags here. And Mafu's kind of stranded in middle now. And he goes down. I feel like
Zipker, he's chasing the Jackal all the way to last. He's tagged him with 1 sticky. He's gonna make it into the spawn door though, and the Jackal will survive. Sorry, Sideshow.
I wonder if we're going to see CB here push with the Uber advantages that they know they've got, just because the Jackal wasn't building there on the exit from last. I wonder if we'll see an insta push now. No, they're too far away. I feel like they probably could have done that. They had a 20% advantage, but they've just let it drift away from them now.
Again, they're going with the 2 scout Uber here, top right. They get the force pretty much immediately. Delzic's going to try and play the point, but there's so many bodies there. He didn't have a snowball's chance in hell of getting anything done, but shut down by Hawk. Sutker does find Seppo though on the riverside. Meanwhile, Matthew shutting down. Sutker gives him the demo man advantage. There's only 2 players left alive here on the blue side, but they're both on the point.
Rake nearly getting that sick back cap, but Cookie manages to block him. He delays it long enough for Rake to 2-shot him in the face, and then the rest of his team cleans him up. And the back cap was so close to happening there, but it looks like Newbs got away with it, and it's going to be equal Ubers. It looks like CB really want to contest this. Sukpa's getting really aggressive on the choke and putting down a lot of damage. Himsy's gone down to 41 HP, but they've just backed off now, playing it a little bit more safe.
They're going to buff up here and come up with some sort of a plan, I guess. It's the movement towards Big Door here. 2 soldiers. Oh, a sniper shot rings out there. That's going to let them know what lies in wait on mid. We see Rake again running the scope. Seppo's going to do a little hop round here. But he finds Delzik actually with 2 nice rockets. And they force the Uber here. This is a pretty good situation. As long as the Jackal can deliver on the flashes. He's popping off. He's kept everyone alive here. And they're going to take that frag onto Salmon and continue forward. There's Karhunen going down on the choke as well as the scouts decide to join the combo. Evil Moon has survived, but they're probably going to have to give up position here on CP2 as well. This could be 2 points lost off the back of that slightly early Uber pop there.
Yeah, and they were really missing Rake's presence on the flank as a scout. He didn't quite hit enough shots to be worthwhile as a sniper there, but he enjoys playing it, and it's a super serious cup. So I think we'll continue to see Rake playing a lot of sniper this game. Although he actually switches off to heavy for the last defense. They do have equal Ubers. They've got a slight Uber advantage, about 10%. Nothing worth using. Looks like Noobs are going to set up for another Uber push.
Yeah, Rake going for that off-classer of the tournament award. There's a big stack of keys at stake here, guys. I think it's 24 keys for the winner. Think of all the hats, the unusuals you could unlock with those. Cookie's going to come in here. He's going for the suicide play. Probably going to respawn as an off-class, knowing that they're up against a heavy, but he didn't get anywhere close to the medic there. There's Matthew going to take Salmon down. He uses that opportunity to go in and try and roll the dice. Might as well go in since you have man advantage. No point in not sacrificing a player there. He's going to respawn in time, but Cookie's going to be sniping. Here comes Uber though. And Seb was way out of range, just gets mowed down by heavy and demo there. They just lost 3 players there. An opportunity, or at a time when it would have been best to keep a few guys up to cover Cookie, but I guess they were in 2 minds there, Sideshow.
Yeah, I think they got the pick on Salmon and thought that they could push off that, but it really didn't go well, that Uber push, and they see themselves holding second now at a bit of a disadvantage, and Cookie's still on sniper, although Hawks really manages to hold that for his team and picks up the Demo Man and the Scout for CB. Oh, and Cookie hits a sick headshot on Evil Moon as well and drops him. I wonder what the Noobs are going to do now. Are they going to come in with the heals against the heavy, or are they going to drop back and use the advantage? It looks like they're just going to push in anyway. Cookie manages to get a sick shot on Rake as well. A nice big fat body shot on him and takes him down. But it looks like they've overcommitted here, Noobs, into the spawners. And Salmon manages to take down to Jackal as well. I wondered whether they should have waited for that Uber charge. I think they should have done Admirable. That was a little bit of a rash decision there.
I think Hawks just didn't believe there. He had an opportunity. Like Delzik was in 6 health. That was at least 1 free frag there. But he seemed to panic a little bit once he realised that they were sort of fully committed to that. But right now, it is an advantage here for Cumback eSprouts, who are sitting with an Uber advantage and also have come in from the drop down. But as Cookie domes Salmon as he tries to get the jump onto the red choke there, Rake is going to pull out the pistol on Himsy as Karhunen also shuts down Matthew. But a pretty effective push there on all fronts by the Cumback.
Sprouts.
Let me get this right. eSprouts by upgamer.eu Professional Gaming Salvations.
I'm so glad that you're using their full name. It really just adds more to the professionalism of the cast, doesn't it?
Exactly.
As we see the blue Uber coming in here from Big Door. Oh, and Rake manages to pick off Seppo after Sukpa did tons of damage to him. They seem like they've got a foothold in here on mid, but Sukpa's isolated from all the rest of his team. He's just spamming as much as he can to try and delay the combo of the Noobs pushing onto him. Cookie's gone down.
Oh, Salmon's dropping onto the medic. He's not sure who he wants to go for. It looks like the focus fire is called for the demo man, and he switches his attention there. But he actually goes down, and it's going to be Delzik who claims the frag. Hawk's still peeking here. He thinks he wants to go for it. And oh, Sipker's just going to walk into 2 fully buffed red players there. But meanwhile, Scout in on the flank. Gets shut down. Rake denied by the shotgun of Hawks right there. Just about keeps the Jackal alive there on 120 HP. Got to try harder, Rake. And with 2 players down, I would like to see Newbs just putting pedal to the metal here and continuing forward. Get the momentum going, Sideshow.
Yeah, they're smashing their way into choke here, but they've slightly misjudged the Uber charges. And the Uber comes out here from the Sprouts, and they managed to pick up Cookie and Sebo. Mafu was dangerously weak as well, but he managed to get out, and now the Uber comes back in. It's been forced from the Newbs. Hawk's trying to chase as much as he can with the dying eggs of that Uber, but he doesn't manage to get anything done. And it looks like the Newbs are going to have to hightail it out of here as Rake and Delzik come in as a machine together, just smashing meat shot after meat shot into Hawks, carrying their way through that choke.
A machine? What, like Ultron or something? Yeah, they've combined. I like it.
Yeah, some Transformer, the Finnish Transformers.
If you've just joined us here on Team Fortress TV, this is the Finnish Championship Cup, also known as Gather.fi Suomenmestaruuscuppi. It's the grand finals, it's map 1, and the team we haven't actually witnessed so far today on the cast, Cumback eSprouts by Gamer.eu Professional Gaming Salvations, are in the lead here. They've Ubered in on to last again, leading that 2-scout push. Everybody from Newbs just backs off towards the resup or dies on the point, and that was quite effective.
Yeah, that really worked well, but they had a tiny Uber advantage there, and they just worked it perfectly as the Jackal was forced to back off. He only had something like 90% Uber, and they got the frags on the point and really took that round with a storm. And at the mid-fight here, we've got both the scouts rolling out choke here for the Newbs, as Cookie and Himsy both get shut down by Delzik. He's going huge on this middle. He's going to get the soldier pick as well, possibly. And at the moment, it's only Seppo in on very low health. And it looks like Mafu's really overextended here, and Jackal's just completely left him and running back to last. But he's been flanked as well. He's been flanked by Sukpa and Salmon, and he goes down. And it looks like they're not going to have an Uber to defend last here.
The Jackal tried his hardest to escape there, but he got tag teamed. He just got set up for the aerial assault there. Salmon destroyed him, and he's going to get a late spawn, so like, if Cumback eSprouts wanted to continue, they could use their heal advantage, but they're just going to chill out. They know they're in the driving seat here. 3-0 up, and only 15 minutes played. We've just capped CP4, and they're poised to push last again. We're going to see 2 scouts coming in from the roller door again, I expect. But Hawks is already down. The pyro of Cookie is a little late to the party. The scouts are already in, but he seems to be doing a good job of avoiding the damage here. Scout onto the point though, and everybody turns around, and this allows Sipker to walk forward, but he seems to be running low on sticks. There's also a soldier in there as well. Salmon comes up, making the submarine play, but the rest of his team have already backed out.
Rick is in on the point! Oh my god! Rick comes in and winger jumps over the top of the enemy combo as they're pushing out Riverside. Just completely gets past them. They saw him, but they couldn't react in time, and he was just on the point before they could do anything. He just jumped over the top of their heads. That was incredible. I've never. That was amazing. And it looks like Cookie's running a sniper to mid.
That reeks of desperation. Cookie does get a frag though. Delzik, who destroyed them in the last mid, will be first blood here. Slain right there, and slow but sure middle here from Newbs as they just try and move forward without losing anybody. I think that's the most important thing for them now, not to die. Cookie getting a little bit aggressive. He's going to peek ahead and find Scout and Soldier waiting for him around the corner. And the Jackal again is slightly behind on Uber, so if they stay this close and Salmon chooses to go on it, they could be in trouble. The Jackal's just about to get it. This team are already taking a bunch of damage. Himsy's in deep at the rock. He's going to go down, but Salmon actually gets dropped there by Evil Moon, and they seem a little unsure as to what they want to do. Evil Moon's going to go up top. Karhunen's just walking forward. He doesn't even want a buff. He's like, come at me, bro. And both teams just sort of rutting here around the choke, locking horns, but Hawks has been abandoned by the rest of his team. Even though he's putting out good damage there, he's been just left to die. Cookie is back on the field as sniper, and he's going to get shut down. This is just pretty scrappy all round from the Newbs, man.
Yeah, this has just evolved into some kind of DM server here as we see people split up all over the point. But the Newbs are trying to recoup back at their second point. And it looks like they're just going to try and get all of their players and give up mid and try and hold the second point. Cookie still coming back up on the sniper. It looks like they've decided to use that as their game plan. He's sniping from the forward spawn at the moment, keeping his eyes on Choke while the rest of his team hold down the big door. But they've got a little bit of a Nuba disadvantage here, only 10%, but it'll be enough for the CB team to walk into their lower lobby. Looks like they're trying to do some kind of wraparound strat, but they've met the combo in the upper lobby. And they've got sticks on Riverside as well. So CB could be locked out here depending on how many red players they can get into this after Uber fight. It looks like they split up all over the place as well as the Jackal goes down.
Oh yeah, I see Delzik unleashing the fury of his scattergun there. He's picked up 3 frags so far. Rake as well coming in there to get 2 in that last exchange. But Matthew is the last man alive here. He's not in any sort of position. Blue team Cumback, eSprouts starting to cap. They're about to finish it already. We've got Karhunen on the last point here. Can he land the magic rockets to juggle people away and cap? No, he's going to go down, but he's got so much time on there that gives Cumback a few options here if they want to go for the dry push, try and play the point a little bit. But they seem quite content to just take things at a very leisurely pace. It's a fun cup, right?
Yeah, it's a fun cup, and they've got 12 minutes left. They're 4-0 up. They're in the driving seat. They don't need to do anything here. They've got a 50% Uber advantage, and they're just going to try and work this on last. There's no off-classes coming in from Newbs, no Pyro or anything like that. And the Uber comes in from the shutter door. It's a double scout Uber. They're trying to lure people onto the point again. They already had half a cap time on there. And they're getting the frags on the demo man. Mafu goes down, and it's just the soldiers trying to defend from the low ground on the point. Surely this is a bad idea, but the players are so weak from CB. It's the 1v1 to end it. Salmon and Seppo. Oh, but Salmon gets the shotgun. And that's 5-0. The mighty have fallen.
You called it, Sideshow. I was just wrapped up in the romance of these old players coming back, but the new school Finns have emerged victorious here on the first map. We just saw Cumback eSprouts take it 5-0 in about less than 15 minutes. Let's take a look at the logs, Sideshow. Have you got them?
I don't know.
Oh dear.
That's your job, Admirable. No, I don't have the logs, but I think we won't gather much from it. It was a bit of a roll there, going down in under 20 minutes. They really smashed their way through this tournament. CB, Cumback eSprouts, and it looks like they might do the same again. There are 3 maps here. We're going to be playing Gullywash, which we've just finished, then Badlands, and then the decider will be Snakewater if Noobs manage to put up enough of a resistance on Badlands. So I don't think we've seen Badlands so far, have we? We've gone to Gullywash and Snakewater, so this will be the new map here, Badlands. Do you reckon these old timers can do anything? Can they stop the young'uns?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I'm trying to figure out who can we blame here. Taking a quick look at these logs, I'm gonna go to death straight away. Who died the most? Seppo 19, Cookie 18, Himsy 17. Himsy went 6 for 5 for 17. Step it up. He seems to be getting denied, unable to do anything. Look at how one-sided this was. Wow. But Rick, really playing out of his skin there, man. He was 4.4 on kills and assists per death. And Evil Moon seemed much more successful at staying alive here. Died 3 times with the Jackal, died 9, but it was a quick game. Yeah, Rick schooling Himsy and Cookie. That's the headline for me here.
Yeah, it really seemed like that in the game. I mean, Salmon did a lot of work as well when he was playing Soldier, but the mid-fights all seemed to go CB's way. The only mid-fight that the Noobs managed to get was the last one as it approached the 5th mid-fight. But, you know, all the rest of them were pretty dominant for the Sprouts team. They managed to get their grip on the middle, and the scouts carried.
Yeah, indeed. And if you told me, I don't know, a couple of years ago that Rake would be going toe-to-toe with Himsy and Cookie and coming out ahead, I would have laughed at you. Laughed at you, man. But after that last season, Rake has established himself as a top level scout, I guess. I found that hard to say. It almost sticks in my throat, Sideshow. Rake.